Said. So this is chapter number 2, taken the silver lining, and it's written by the author Shava Nehal, and this is lecture number 1, and the topic is like a character description. Okay, and along with the character description, we are also going to learn about the theme as well. Take a theme of the story as well. All right, and as you know that we have discussed the summary, short summarized summary of the story in the class, so that is why we are going to learn about the theme here. All right. So, what is the meaning of the phrase? First of all, we are going to learn about the topic. Okay, what is the meaning of the topic or meaning of the phrase? This main phrase, okay, a silver lining, has been taken from the proverb "Every cloud has a silver lining." Okay, so now let's look up to its meaning. What is the meaning written here? A silver lining is is a sign of hope or a positive aspect in an otherwise negative situation. Okay, इसका क्या मतलब है इस फ्रेज का मतलब है देन टू बी होपफुल ठीक है एंड टू हैव ए positive attitude towards a negative situation ठीक है whenever you are in negative situation so always be hopeful and optimistic towards it right so that is known as a silver lining that's why we call it that the full proverb is every cloud has a silver lining ठीक है the phrase is often seen as part of the proverb. Every cloud has a silver lining, meaning that there's hope or something good to be found in every bad situation. Okay, then you can get found any good thing about any bad situation. Okay, in every bad situation. All right. So now let's see the next one. This is a proverb. Take it from where they had the topic has been selected. Three phrases. Take it. Just आपको पता है कि and what is a phrase? Phrase means 2 or 3 words make a phrase. ठीक है but that's not a sentence ठीक है a sentence delivers as a complete thought and a complete idea ठीक है that what is happening all right so the proverb every cloud has a silver lining means one should never feel hopeless because difficult times always lead to better days ठीक है the same thing is reflected in the story the same thing ठीक है the same theme has been reflected in whose life and Maheen's life ठीक है यहाँ पर मोदी लिखा है आपको पता है कि Maheen's life है ठीक है Maheen's life changes when she meets David. And who is David? David is a new guest. Okay? Her parents were always worried for Maheen due to the inability to hear and speak. As a result, she was unable to interact with anyone. So Maheen was a girl who has this physical disability. Okay? Who is physically not right. ठीक है और क्या है she's deaf and dumb ठीक है right she's deaf and dumb that's why she is unable to interact with anyone ठीक है and she's unable to socialize with anyone so but after meeting David is a person ठीक है who comes from abroad and who is also deaf and dumb ठीक है वो खुद भी deaf and dumb होता है ठीक है physically disabled होता है so he opens up a school he learns a sign language there ठीक है so he basically opens up a school for the special children ठीक है that's what it has been told in the story take it to us David but after meeting David her life takes a U-turn and for the first time she feels very comfortable she learns new ways to express herself and that brings a smile on her sweet little face take it all right so that is a ray of hope ठीक है the positive aspect or the positive attitude inward towards a negative situation ठीक है in the negative situation in a very bad situation when Maheen has met that new person ठीक है who's David so David knows the sign language ठीक है and then only Maheen can also learn the sign language from David and she was the first student of David ठीक है all right Alright, so now we are going to learn about the character description. There are 4 important characters in the story, okay? And the first character is Mr. Nadeem. Mr. Nadeem is basically the speaker of the story, the silver lining. And what do you mean by the word speaker? Speaker is a person who narrates or tells the stories in his own words, okay? Who shares the experiences that he has experienced, alright? He narrated, so who narrated? Mr. Nadeem narrated his experiences during his stay at a private guest house in one of the hill resorts okay now he's explaining his experiences okay when during his stay at the hill resorts in one of the hill resorts on arriving at the resort he was welcomed by the warm and friendly affection of Mrs. Ahad okay now when he arrived at the hill resort he was welcomed by the warm and friendly affection of Mrs. Ahad, ठीक है, and who were Mr. and Mrs. Ahad. Mr. and Mrs. Ahad were the landlord and the landlady of the Hill Resort, ठीक है, so they owned the resort. Alright, now second most important character is about Mrs. Ahad. Okay, now let's read the description of Mrs. Ahad. Mrs. Ahad was the mother of Maheen and the hostess of the Hill Resort. Okay, hostess means that she used to welcome and greet everyone who used to arrive at her Hill Resort. Okay, and she also was the mother of Maheen. Okay, Maheen was her child who was physically disabled. Okay, alright, her complexion was dark. Whose complexion was dark? Mrs. Ahad complexion was dark. हम Mrs. Ahad के description बयान कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, उसको describe कर रहे हैं. Her complexion was dark yet pleasant looking and kind. ठीक है, वो क्या थी? Yet she was pleasant looking and kind.